Have you noticed that it can be kind of challenging, parenting during COVID-19? Well, I've got 3 strategies that I think will help. Parenting during COVID, PDC. Well, there's something else that PDC stands for: positivity, discipline, and culture. Hang on to the end because I'm going to introduce you to my kids. Let's start with that P, positivity. Positivity is so important. Look, the media gives this pandemic a lot of weight and gravity. It's like when I watch the news, it's the most important thing anybody has to talk about. The pandemic is only one of many challenges that we face as a human family. And it happens to be the one that we're dealing with right now, along with all of the others, that is. So let's put it where it is. It is what it is. It's a virus. It's a contagious virus. It's an aggressive virus. Okay. And we're going to do what we need to deal with it. But you'll notice it's not an earthquake. You know, I got in trouble with this not too long ago because I said that in a training that I was doing, a virtual training for a group here in Salt Lake City, where I live. And I said, it's not an earthquake. We could be dealing with an earthquake. And then the next morning we had an earthquake. And it wasn't a huge one. It did cause some damage downtown. But maybe I better be careful what I say. The point is, we could be dealing with earthquakes and hurricanes and pestilence and all kinds of problems, right? There's crime, there's disease other than COVID-19. But this is part of what we're dealing with now, and that's all it is. I'm not diminishing the pain and difficulty that it causes. And I personally know people who have passed away from this particular virus. But it's just part of our life. So let's put it into perspective. When I say positivity, there are upsides and downsides to everything. Our children are growing up with this. They need to know that they can look at this and any other challenge in their life as simply the context in which they get to make their choices and move forward, regardless of what's going on out there. Sometimes we have to ask new questions like, how can I do this? Instead of, I can't because. Do you hear the difference? Now, one of the most powerful ways that you as a parent can help your children deal with this pandemic, put your own mask on first. Now, that's not the kind of mask I'm talking about, but it has a symbol. When you're flying on an airplane, you know, when you lose cabin pressure, they announce in the safety routine that these oxygen masks will fall down from the ceiling. Do whatever you need to do to get your own positivity mask on first so that your kids see that and they have an example to follow. What are you doing right now to take care of your own positivity? And what's working for you? Would you take a moment to share in the comments what's working for you? And invite other people to watch this video and also share what's working for them. You guys have better ideas than I have anyway. So go share them in the comments. One final thought about the positivity. Let's lighten this up and make it a game. I was talking to some kids recently who said, you know, I kind of like this pandemic. And I'm like, really? Why do you like it? We get to spend so much more time as a family. And it's been fun to have a different way of approaching school. I mean, these kids are starting to see the upsides and the downsides. You could make this a game. Maybe over family dinner, you could say, let's see if we can name 5 of the upsides of this pandemic. Your kids are going to surprise you. They'll come up with some brilliant stuff, and you can help out with this as well. The D in our PDC, parenting during COVID, also stands for discipline. The research is really consistent about this, that kids need 2 things to be well-adjusted and stable and healthy. They need love. We talk about that a lot here on the channel. Go to the Positive Parenting playlist and you'll see lots of videos that get right back to that. And then discipline, structure, limits. Kids need this. They're not mature enough yet to structure their own world in a way that helps to keep them safe and secure. Discipline actually helps children feel safe. They need to know that someone in their life is more powerful than they are and loves them. And the more powerful than they are comes back to the discipline. To have authority with children, two things are essential. You need to be seen as a provider of good times and good things. That's the love part. And you need to be able to set and enforce appropriate limits. In one of our parenting groups recently, one of the moms chimed in and said, look, I know that my son really values his screen time, but I can't take his device away because he needs that for school. Really? Are we going to let online school tie our hands as parents if securing that device is the most appropriate consequence for a behavior? And it might be. Don't let that stop you. And what is he asking us to believe? That he can't do school because he doesn't have his tablet? You've got a computer in your home. Get him hooked up. Do some supervision. Use your brain a little bit as a parent to come up with ways to do it. And don't buy into whatever stories or excuses your kids are going to give you about why that particular consequence isn't going to work. And in this aspect of our parenting during COVID, our PDC, we'll incorporate the positivity and the discipline into the culture of our home. When I say culture, I mean the way things run, the feeling of the home, what the children pay attention to or remember or can even report back to you as being important for the culture of your home. Quick example. In the culture of our home, we try to establish a how can I kind of an attitude instead of, oh, I can't because, which is more of a victim kind of an attitude. In our home, there's an important culture that includes 3 family rules. We had these posted right above the dining table while the kids were growing up. And I've shared them in other videos on the channel here. I'll give you a quick review of those. Rule number 1, respect yourself and others. Rule number 2, respect property. And rule number 3, respect authority, which means cooperate and obey. In addition to those things, you can have other aspects of your family culture. We always had a family council meeting once a week. We called it Family Home Evening, where we came together. The parents were responsible for teaching a principle or a concept. We always had fun together with a game or an activity, and we enjoyed a treat. That part's important, I think, if you want to establish an ongoing family council kind of a meeting. We also had a little cheer that we did. In fact, I think it would be fun to introduce you to my kids as I just surprise them with a quick call to see if they remember our family cheer. Listen in. Hey, Vicki, in our family culture, what would you say is our family cheer?
Joy in the journey, force for good, bless a life today.
Awesome.
Joy in the journey, force for good, bless a life today. Yes.
Hey, Adam, just thinking about our family culture, what's our family cheer?
Joy in the journey, force for good, bless a life today.
You nailed it. Hey, I got a quick question for you. You ready? What do you remember about our family cheer? What was our family cheer?
Joy in the journey, force for good, bless a life today.
Joy in the journey, force for good, bless a life today.
Thank you. Wasn't that kind of fun to meet my kids? You know, they have taught me most of what I know about parenting. And that's why I want to share all of this with you. Come and see what we're doing at Live on Purpose Central. If you haven't been over there yet, go.liveonpurposecentral.com. You're going to find a lot of resources to support you to parent during COVID.
Her head was down, face